The following is an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.
Hilliard will move to his right. Hilliard hands it off to McDonald, and they'll weave around the perimeter. And Holmes is tied up. It goes to KJ. KJ into the net. Throws it down with one hand.
Hello.
Oh, KJ without the wrap on his right hand throws it down for the first time in weeks. Against it from beyond the arc and drop it off to Hilliard. Hilliard uses a Houdini dribble into the lane and lays it in left side.
Yeah, nice job by Hilliard with a little hesitation. He raised up. They were looking for the crossover. He stayed same side with an in and out. Takes it to the hole and lays it up with the left hand.
Step one, hesitate. Step two, dominate for Nimrod Hilliard. 8-4. Hilliard has weaved some magic for North Carolina Central. They kick it out to Holmes. Holmes decides against the pump fake. He jumps into the lane now and
oh my goodness! And one.
Dante Holmes gets chest bumped by every Eagle on the floor now. The great move by him. He received the pass. He pump fake at the top of the perimeter, and they decided to drive inside. So here's Kalen Pinker with the ball now. He throws it to Kalen Richards. Has a shot swapped off the backboard by Bell. He'll give it to Hilliard, and Hilliard will set the clock into motion now. He jogs across the timeline, spins away from one man into the paint now with a layup on the way. Runner counted in one.
And that's why they're trying to take the ball away from him. He's right now the offensive juggernaut for the team, and their head coach just got a technical foul by arguing and trying to show up the ref in that situation.
And head coach Horace Broadnax walked all the way from the beginning of his box down the entire length of the team bench, and he is upset and livid with the official for that call.
Yeah, it was a good call by the official, though. He did a good job of eluding the defense, and then they slid underneath him while he was in the air, so I don't know why he was so upset about the call.
Excuse me, to Jordan Parks. He can't lay it in. Up the floor now, poked away by Ingram. Javara picks it up and goes to Hilliard. Lob pass to Parks. Yes!
That's a long
ball now on the left wing. Across the timeline now, middle of the floor, going back to his left now, goes outside to McDonald for three, left corner, pure instead. Takes the big, now goes to Parks. Parks tries to back down, now he turns, goes outside Javara. Javara pump fakes outside McDonald. Left corner, swish.
That's excellent ball movement right there. They had a lot of opportunities where you could have forced a shot.
You know, the thing about Savannah, they make the game ugly. Every time you play them, it's just an ugly game. It's really not pretty to watch. And they get after you, they press you, they take some things away, and they really don't allow you to establish a rhythm. So it was the first time a lot of our guys have ever seen that, and you know, it really wasn't structured. So kind of you just had to just play basketball and just go off your principles, and that's what we were able to do. They made some shots off the backboard, you know, that were big momentum plays, and pretty much changed the scope of the game. I thought it was huge towards the end of the first half, where Nim got an and one, and you know, we got a couple of free throws off of that, you know, and we were able to push it to double digits. So we got to be better. You know, as I told the guards, we're not shooting it as well as I would like, and we just have to be smarter in terms of taking care of the basketball and stronger in all that we do.
Yeah, speaking of that 5-point play, I guess at the end, how often have you seen something like that happen where he makes one bucket and is able to score 5 points off of it?
It's not that often, and it's really not that often where it goes into our favor, so I was just happy to be on the other side of it, you know, but I thought it was a huge momentum swing.
And, you know, this is, I guess, what, a month now Nimrod's really been getting going.
Yeah.
What do you think his ceiling is?
You know, I just told him he has a ways to go. He got out of control a couple of times and had a couple of turnovers. And I just told him, and I told all our guards, you know when you're reaching your ceiling and reaching your zenith when you're controlling the tempo of the entire game. And that's what I need. I need those guys to control the tempo the entire game. Anthony is making some shots, but he has to work on his defense down there where he let a man go by him and get a layup. You know, even swap ain't a swindle, so we can't give up those things.
Speaking of defense, you guys were able to get 7 blocks. How important were your big guys just being able to swap the ball?
It was huge. You know, we really focused, and it was tough to prepare because you only really have a 24-hour turnaround. And we just emphasize being in the gaps and helping the helper and helping your teammate on drives. And we just thought we could be in position to make plays. I didn't necessarily think that would equate to blocks. I just wanted them to be in established position. But fortunately, we went up and changed some shots.
You guys were only able to score 58 points tonight, which is way under, I think, what your season average is.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just a product of how disruptive Savannah State was and not being able to really establish a rhythm?
Yeah, they're extremely disruptive, and then they slowed it down, and they just wanted to limit the amount of possessions, and we were cool with that. We've been on the flip side of that as well, so we just had to emphasize patience, and we really don't worry about how many points we score. We just worry about scoring one more point more than the other team, and we were able to do that.
Is it encouraging to you that your team was able to handle another team that did dictate so much of the rhythm and really played the kind of style that they wanted to play?
Yeah, like I said, it forces you to be extremely patient. The easy thing to do is jump out and gamble and try to get some steals and, just get the momentum going up and down the floor. And we weren't able to do that for the most part. We did it in bits, and we had our chances. But most of all, we just stayed disciplined on the defensive end of the floor and tried to keep those guys in front and limit them to one shot.
Coach, you always mention that you try to limit teams to shooting under 40%. You're able to keep them under that magic number today. What was the key for North Carolina Central defensively to get that done?
Just being in gaps. When we're in gaps, we're helping out our teammate. We're helping out each other, one another on the drive. And, that's what our defense is basically predicated off of. 5 people acting as one. So I thought we were able to do that.
Dante looked like he was able to help himself out of his funk a little bit today. He started driving to the rim. How was it seeing him on the floor, being able to rebound from the game from Saturday?
He still has a ways to go. I'm looking. He's 3 for 10. He has to get away from doing one thing good and 2 things bad. And I'm completely honest with him. I'm not telling you guys anything I haven't told him. But he's a seasoned basketball player. He's played at 2 universities, so he knows that he needs to improve on those things. And the costly turnovers. He had 4 turnovers. He led us in turnovers. He cannot do that, and he has a lot of pride, so he'll come in the gym and try to get better with it tomorrow.
And also, Coach, looking at North Carolina Central, defensively you were able to keep Savannah State from the free throw line in the first half of play. Talk about the first half defensive showing from your team today.
That's huge, just playing without fouling. We got to get away from putting our hands on people and just giving cheap fouls, because towards the second half, that puts teams in the bonus. So our focal point was to make teams earn things, make them shoot over an outstretched arm. And if they make it with a hand in the face, then God bless them. But let's not help them create easier opportunities for themselves.
On the road this weekend to see the other 2 undefeated teams within the conference, Norfolk State and Hampton. Norfolk State coming up immediately. Looking ahead, how do you feel going into that game?
I haven't seen them, but I know their program. I know the history. I know the pedigree, and I think they're the most talented team in the league. I saw them early. I think they're the most talented team in the league. Them and Hampton. It's a lot of talent in that area, man. And the coaches do an outstanding job. So we definitely have our hands full.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think it was a good win. I think we got a lot of stuff to practice on and get better at, and with these next practices coming up, we'll have a good chance to get at it. And we're gonna enjoy it tonight, but we got a lot of work to put in.
For you personally, you've kind of come on strong since I think the Jackson State win. Do you just feel more confident as a player? Is that what it is? Is that what's making everything kind of click?
It's just what I say. Ever since I came here, is learning. It's just a lot. It's a lot into it. It's not just being a point guard. It's not just playing. It's a lot into it. And he told me that on my visit, and I really didn't understand that. But going through it, I had to learn before I could even play, when to score, when to pass, the offense, how to tell people where to go. And he's teaching me every day in practice and getting after me. And it's just learning.
I think a bunch of the players and coach have talked about how now it looks like you're adjusted to the system.
Right.
Is that what it is? Do you feel like you're, fitting in and kind of know where you need to go?
Of course.
When to score?
Of course. It's just, like I said, learning every day and just feeling comfortable with the system.
Do you feel like now you're becoming one of the team's leaders? I guess it's the point guard out on the floor. Do you feel like you've gotten control of this team and you're where you need to be?
I mean, the point guard is always supposed to be a leader, so I know I have to take that role. And it's just me working on it every day and just leading.
Was it difficult to come in and kind of try to grab that role as a transfer? You know, you've got Jordan that's been here, but he's trying to lead out of the post, and it's kind of a little bit different.
Right. Well, I wouldn't say it's difficult. I would say that they're two great leaders. But like coaches always told me, they're big men. So coming in, I had to learn how to, kind of transfer it and lead with them. So it's kind of just learning. Like I keep saying, it's learning.
And tonight you had a 5-point play. How often have you ever had a 5-point play before?
Not,
what was that like for
not
you?
that I can remember. That was crazy. Then he got a tech, and I was just at the line by myself. It was nuts.
Did you see what happened when he got the tech? Was he arguing the foul that was called? Did you see what happened?
I have no idea. I was so excited I hit the shot, and it went in. So I just turned around, then all of a sudden I heard the tech. So I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Are you the designated tech free throw shooter pretty much always? Because I know you have the highest free throw percentage. Is that your role every game?
Right, yeah. And when we get a text, I can usually go at the line and just make the shots.
How big of a momentum swing and momentum boost, I guess, going into halftime was that shot for you to hit?
It was big. I mean, as far as just the team, just getting something going, because we kind of started going slow, and that's pretty much we gotta make the control the momentum, and that's when we kind of let go and they start hitting shots, and so that going in with the momentum at half that helped us out a lot.
Coach said that Savannah State does a lot to just completely take you out of your offensive rhythm. Did you feel that tonight? How important was it that you guys were able to kind of sustain that and be able to play through a game when you're not able to dictate the tempo and get in the rhythm?
Right. Yeah, right from the jump I noticed it. They were trying to take me away from the point guard and not let me touch it at all. It was kind of like a boxing one, but it wasn't at the same time. But of course, we just had to take control and learn, and I had to go get the ball, and we just had to run the offense.
And, even if they were running a boxing one, you were still able to drive to the lane, a lot of fancy footwork in there.
Right.
What's it like for you when, you make a spin move or something, drive the lane, and then hear the crowd just really get big behind it after you finish?
It feels great. I mean, this is a great environment. I've been to a lot of schools, and this is the best environment I've been in. But then again, I know Coach, so I get back on defense and just get right into the next play.
Earlier in the game, you threw a pretty long alley-oop ahead of Jordan Parks. How often do you work on that in practice, and what's the chemistry that you have with Jordan throwing those alley-oops?
Me and Jordan are learning every day. I mean, he gets on me. I got to work on my alley-oop passes, he just gets on me. A couple of them he wants me to throw, and I can't. So we're just learning how to play with each other, but it's getting better and better every day. So we're just working on it.
And also, you seem to keep the ball in a string, some crazy handles
Right.
as you were showcasing those this weekend, and also able to get the crowd going. How have you been able to work on that being part of your game growing up?
To be honest, that happened for as long as I can remember. I remember my mom and dad used to make me go around the block and dribble with my different hands. So just growing up, they put that in my system to have handles.
Well, heading up to Hampton this weekend to see Norfolk State and Hampton, the two undefeated teams left in the conference besides North Carolina Central. How do you feel going into this weekend?
We have to get after it in practice. I mean, they're both good teams, and they're waiting for us, and we can't settle for this. As Coach tells us, we can't be unsatisfied. I mean, we have to be unsatisfied. We have to go at it in practice and get better.
It was a great win for us because we knew what type of team they were going to be coming into the game. We knew they were going to play physical and then try to make the game like sloppy and speed us up. But I feel like we did a good job of just trying to control the tempo for the most part. But we had like a lot of unforced turnovers that we got to clean up. And then the guards, we got to do a better job of just controlling the game, like not letting them speed us up. Like we got to dictate the tempo. So for the most part, I feel like we played good. I feel like we got better, but we got a lot to improve on. We got like 4 days before our next game, so we always work hard in between games. I feel like we'll be getting better by then.
So you were able to hit 4 of your 5 3-point attempts. Looks like you kind of had a cold spell for a little bit this season. Looks like you finally shaken that up. Does it feel that way for you?
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, I had a little couple games of spell where I was missing a lot of shots, but my teammates, they got a lot of confidence in me, and the coaching staff, like everybody believe, like even when I'm missing, they always think my next shot gonna go in. Cause I know like last game I missed like my first 3, and coach was like he got into me for not shooting. He told me to keep shooting, so that always helped because coming into the game, I always know that they're not gonna be mad if I'm missing or if I'm taking shots here. Like they give me more confidence because they confident in me. So it feels good to get out that slump and make some threes.
What changed for you? Was there something in your shot, or what did you have to do?
Me and Coach Skinker, we looked at film on my shot last night and got shots up, and we just wanted to stop me from leaning back on them. I was pulling away from them and not falling through on a lot of them. So we tried to do that. We worked on that last night, and it helped a lot. I tried to focus on it when I was shooting shots in the second half and in the first half. So my shot, it felt pretty good tonight. I'm trying to get it back at the right time because we need me to make shots like in the upcoming game. So yeah.
In today's game, Nimrod had that shot with 4 seconds left and then got a 5-point play. What was that like for you to watch all that unfold?
That was tough because Nim, like, people don't understand, like, him one-on-one is tough to guard, like anybody. So like when me and Tay and everybody else on the floor, and when we spread the floor and it's open for him to like create, it's gonna be hard for anyone to stay in front of him. So when he doing stuff like that, it's always gonna be tough. And I knew when he got past this dude, he would get to the rim, he was gonna finish because he always had a nice layup package. And then the tech always helped us, gave us a little spurt going in the halftime. We came out in the second half, we wanted to go ahead and finish him. So it was a big play.
How big was it for you guys to go into half of the double-digit lead?
Oh, that's big because we felt like they was breaking. We could tell like they was arguing a little bit on the floor. And you can always tell when a team start getting down on themselves and ready to break. So that was big because they knew like when we got a double digit that we was going to hold on to that lead. They made a little spurt where they tried to make a run at us, but we just kept our foot on their neck and tried to keep the lead high.
How important was it for you guys to be patient tonight? You know, you weren't necessarily able to play the tempo that you wanted, but you were able to withstand Savannah State playing the kind of basketball they wanted to play.
It was very important just because like they got their own style, funny style where they try to force you to like play up tempo and get in a hurry and just make the game look ugly. So we try to just play our style, you know, try to run good sets and get good shots and just control the game. Like we didn't want them to dictate what we do, and we try to do that for the most part and like not turn the ball over. We turned it over a few times here and there, but we gonna fix it though.
I'm going back to Nimrod real fast. Do you feel like he's kind of been able to come on strong and have more confidence in the last couple games?
Most definitely. I feel like he coming into himself. Like he really getting in his bag. Like as far as like pulling stuff out because he got the full arsenal offensively as a point guard. And like at the beginning of the year, I feel like he was just kind of like learning the system and then just really trying to figure out what coach wanted and expected from him. And like right now, he really know like he becoming like the leader. You know what I'm saying? When we out there, he putting us in spots. He feel comfortable like, you know what I'm saying, off the bounce one-on-one at any time because he know that's his game and coach letting him, you know, have freedom to do that. So he gonna get better every game. I feel like he gonna be the most important part for us because he the leader, he the quarterback. You know, just like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, like they lead their team and he been leading us.
You kind of have to go through the system too and get adjusted. How difficult is it to kind of come in and learn what coach is telling you to do and all that?
It's tough, but I love it though. I was so happy I transferred here, and I've been having fun. Like winning is always a big thing, and like coach, he just instilled it into us. And you know, like I told my mom and dad, like every day, you know what I'm saying, he pushed me to be better. Like even when I feel like I'm doing good, like he'll tell me like it ain't enough. And then, you know, this always help. Like, that makes us better, and I feel like that's why we winning. Like, that would help us because, like, he expects so much out of us. And it was hard for me to learn the system at first, but I just kept, like, focusing and, you know what I'm saying, talking more and just doing everything. Like, the more you fly around, the better you'll do. And just do whatever coach say. Like, most of the time, if you do, he say you're going to get a bucket. So I just try to listen to him because he was a shooter, too, so he know what it take to make shots.
This weekend, we're heading up to Norfolk to see Norfolk State and Hampton, the last two undefeated teams besides North Carolina Central within the conference. How do you feel going into this weekend?
I feel confident. We're going to go in there, like, ready to compete, like, ready for war. Like, before every game, like KJ and Jordan always say, like, bring the jungle out. So we're going to go in there, like, ready to compete. We know it's going to be 2 tough games. Like, we're not expecting them to lay down. They're at home. They're going to have their home crowd. It's going to be jumping because, like, they're expecting, you know what I'm saying, us to come in there and play hard. And we are. We're going to go in there and, you know, play hard and compete, try to get a victory Saturday and Monday.
CBS. That stands for Car Buying Simplified. Shop CBS Mitsubishi in Durham or choose from over 500 quality used vehicles at any of our 6 convenient locations. Hurry to CBS Mitsubishi at CBSQualityCars.com.
This has been an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.